Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself.
You ain't got no backbone. I ain't got a trap phone. I got P's and M's and K's and O's. They're illegal to deliver, so I'm it's from my eyes. I was just a middle finger. Coming from my beat, the bowl and the liquor. Taking to my river, I think I'm a singer. Watch me in the car, I treat the chorus like a singer. You so bad, I'm a South boy, some South shit. This is a promise. This ain't all that fucking yeet.
A yeet. So, another week.
Break has started.
Oh, yeah, you officially on summer. So, it is fuck them kids.
Hey, I said I was going to say it. Fuck them kids.
Yeah, fuck them kids for the next 10 weeks.
Yeah, for me, yeah. Probably Tuesday when I go and finish cleaning up my classroom.
Ah, shit.
Because your boy finally gets a new classroom, but he ain't
Hell
got
yeah. We don't need to decorate your classroom. We're gonna bring in all. We'll bring in all the WWE titles.
I like it. I like it.
Hey, yo. So I ain't gonna lie.
I would like.
I might be a little too high, but I think your AI pillow just moved.
It's the ghost of a dog over there, probably.
Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, yo, that bitch moving right now. Hey, so we got a lot to talk about, man, because I think Saturday Night Main Event was so fucking underwhelming for what was on paper.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I'm gonna be talking about it from audience perspective as we were there. And I know you were at home watching it, so I want you to bring the perspective of the fans. Let me know what it felt like on your end, because I was hearing a lot of gripes about Saturday night. So first thing I want to get at before we get into it is I need you to make it make sense for me. Why is WWE booking John Cena and Jey Uso, your two top champions, bro, in a pointless ass tag team match? Cena being with Logan Paul and Uso being with Cody Raheem Rhodes.
Hey, and Brandy is okay with him being called Cody Raheem Rhodes.
Yeah. But here's my part of it. What's the part of why are you booking your two top guys in a pointless ass Money in the Bank tag team match? There's no titles on the line. There's nothing about it except for you got John Cena and Logan Paul tagging up. Like, come on. I mean, I said this shit like a year ago. Every time Logan Paul has somebody on his podcast, he either fights them or does a whole segment with them. So I'm gonna turn it to you, man. Make this shit make sense for me.
So first off, I was sitting there, and Raheem came out and he said what he said, and I'm sitting here and I was trying to. Why wouldn't you just go and try to get your rematch? Why we got to do it as a tag team match? But hey, whatever. I'm just a fan. But then I thought and heard something. The only way this will make sense is if this match is after the men's Money in the Bank match for potential cash in on either one.
Well, I was gonna say, man, like if you had that as the main event, you would almost have to guarantee a cash in.
And some people would call it the second heist of a century. I go as far as saying, even if you're not going to cash in, the tease alone would make that match elevate.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody's laid out in a sense, or you got Uso whooping up on Logan Paul, and whoever wins the Money in the Bank match is who I see. Like, just stir the pot.
I could, yeah,
Stir the pot.
but I guess where I'm going with it is that the only way to get the title off of Jey Uso without killing momentum? Because that's all I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Because that's all I'm thinking of when you tell me that it's the main event after the men's Money in the Bank, and we know who carries the briefcase. I can't disagree with it. Like I wouldn't be mad about it.
The only way it makes it make sense, because now it adds that element of excitement. Do they come out, or do you piss everybody off and just have them not come out? And we're looking at what I'm gonna consider a mid tag team match. But if this match is before the ladder match, then to me it
really don't make it make sense.
I mean, you can have somebody interfere, and then so John Cena, Logan Paul, and whoever is okay.
See,
But then again, too, I can see Travis Scott for some unknown fucking reason coming out. But then if he's coming out, I need Metro Boomin to come out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, if Travis Scott gets involved, I'm gonna need. And I know Metro Boomin's been in the headlines lately because he's been talking about wanting to produce some WWE themes, which would be dope. So yeah, if Travis Scott came out on Logan and Cena's behalf, yeah, you got to have Metro Boomin coming out, because I don't know, do we get Dwayne in this whole thing finally, or you think he's still letting them play it out?
If it goes good, Dwayne makes an appearance and talks about how great it's doing. If it goes bad, Dwayne will go on another show and talk about, yeah, I wasn't needed. I went out there because
Do you think we wait until we find out about ticket sales?
If I'm being honest, I don't see why Dwayne wouldn't show up. It's in LA. It's in LA.
And shit, man. Lucha Libre's the night before. That's some good shit going.
Hey.
But
worlds collide. Can't wait.
I just still can't understand.
To me, this is pointless because it's like there's no titles on the line. It's a pointless tag team match. I think you're just doing it because them quote unquote 3 biggest stars in a YouTuber. Don't get me wrong. I like the work Logan Paul is doing, and he's getting better, but he still, to me, is a YouTuber until he decides to truly
see. Now, I will say this shit all day, every day, man. Logan Paul, as a wrestler, I will give him the respect and his flowers because the dude's athletic. The dude's been studying it, and he's taking it serious when he's in that ring. My biggest issue with him, this is the biggest issue with him. You cannot go on your podcast Impulsive.
Right.
You cannot go on there and look your co-host in the face and look at your guests in the face, especially when you got guys like Dom, Ray, Seth,
and so my whole
Cena.
thing is you sat there and you kind of teased working with Dom, and I thought that was perfect. You have quote unquote today's version of an Iron Man with somebody that's still quote unquote in a sense green in the aspect of wrestling, and
see, they had their first match again. They had their first match against each other as well.
Right, and you mean to tell me you even teased it and be like, "Oh, I could fight you back. I could fight mommy for you," or da 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 da, or whatever. And it's like at this point, this man is on I'm gonna say it again. He's on a generational run with beautiful women. To the point, it's like You don't want to go save this man and have be his tag team partner against, when that group decides to.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and see, that's my thing. Like,
Because, like, okay, I even questioned just recently. This is why this match don't make sense to me on this standpoint. You have right before Saturday night main event, you had Jay versus Logan Paul, and then
Yeah.
you also have Gunther saying, "Whoever wins, I'm coming for my rematch." On top of Seth Rollins saying, "I don't care who wins, I'm coming."
I'm coming for that title.
Like the low key, Uso is pulled in 3 different ways. Raheem just got back, so his only issue is Cena. And Cena, let's be real, we're replaying some of his biggest rivalries right now, and to me, Cody is not a big rivalry.
Yeah, Cody ain't it, man. Like, and
if
see,
I'm
here's
being
my thing. Like, if you're gonna put that belt back on Cody, which I really hope we ain't going that route, I don't want it right now. I really
I'll put
don't.
it like this: spin the block on Cody and Cena around War Games, Survivor Series. Spin the block on it by then. I might be ready for it by then.
The only thing I can think of on why this John Cena and Logan Paul duo makes sense is down the line. Logan Paul's the one to turn on John Cena because John Cena has already said it. His last match is going to be with somebody that he's going to elevate him to the next level. Now I got a prediction on how this is going to go. It's going to go one or two ways.
Okay.
He either elevates Logan Paul to superstardom, or John Cena faces Joe Hendry and gives him that proverbial torch to be the face of the WWE the way he was. I like the first one because the first one can put a WWE championship on Logan Paul if he does indeed take this as a full-time job and takes it a little bit more serious. Because again, he's got the athleticism.
Do you know who I would prefer instead? I like that idea.
Okay.
I don't think Logan Paul. I like the idea of Joe Hendry, but until we officially get him signed and he do his few months in NXT, I like somebody to be called up from NXT to be the quote-unquote face going forward. And the sad part is they're kind of on an in-between, a little bit more heel work would help push it a little bit more, especially with, heel Cena. I'm at a toss-up between Trick Williams and Tony D'Angelo.
If we were to go that route, I'd say Trick Williams. Because if you had to look at the D'Angelo family and you were gonna go heel with somebody, I'd say Stacks.
Fair enough.
Stacks and Cena together
Nasty work.
Would be nasty work. D'Angelo, I think you bring him up. And I like Tony D'Angelo, bro. Like, that match at Battleground was lit. But if you're going to bring up Tony D'Angelo, I almost feel like he has to move on from the D'Angelo family gimmick and kind of almost rebrand himself away from being the Don. Because I don't know if the Don or something of that nature works at the next level when you don't have a family.
I got you. Now, I'm not saying that he couldn't spin back to the character later on when they got called up, as in a like surprise, hey, we here to help you kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the reason I brought up Trick Williams is Trick did ask Cena, hey, what does it take to be a world champion? And then, they cut to commercial when Cena did his little NXT run back. I want to say last year, but knowing my memory, probably somewhere in 2020.
I know what you're talking about when Cena made his he popped up on NXT. Yeah. I've
So
never
to
been
me,
here
that
before,
has
so
like
I had to make an
storyline
appearance.
ties if you wanted to do it.
I like the Trick Williams thing. I do. Because the only thing, and I'll say this shit out loud, bro. First off, shout out to Trick Williams.
Whoop
We're
that
gonna get into
trick.
it. We're gonna get into that more
Whoop
here.
that trick.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
say we're gonna
like
get into
it. I
that in a
like
little
it.
bit. But shout out to Trick for being the first WWE superstar to hold a prestigious world title
From another company.
outside the company. And I'm talking about the TNA title.
Whoop that trick. Yeah, I like it.
Yo,
I like it. That's trick.
You know, I'm gonna be honest, man. I was rooting for Joe Hendry, but it did not hurt my feelings to see Trick Williams with his hand raised.
Banger of a match. And in front of the TNA owner was even more
Yeah, I didn't realize he was like 3 rows in front of me, bro.
salt in the wound.
But it's just, man, it's one of those things. Like, a Trick does make sense when it comes to, because right now all I see is, you call Trick Williams up to the main roster and feud with Carmelo. And I don't need to see that right now, man. Like, let that cool off for a little bit, because y'all just did that. Like, just did it not long ago. So I would let that part cool.
I would say, okay, fuck it. Put Trick on Raw, or put Trick on SmackDown, and you flip Carmelo to Raw. And I know that's a touchy subject for our black community that be like, well, they don't put black wrestlers on Raw. I don't care.
The only people that the only people that cry and really believe that WWE doesn't push them on Raw, I'm gonna be honest with you, man, and I love you because this ain't you. But the only motherfuckers that really care about this shit are the motherfuckers that have to worry about, is Uncle Sam gonna reload my card? And they're the ones that I'm jealous that they only got to pay $18 a month in rent. Because it's hard out here for a Trick. The government been beating our asses like a Trick.
Listen, I make teacher money, so I really get my ass whooped.
Yeah, I was going to say, you make teacher money, and they definitely fuck you guys. It's crazy that, bro, I am not even going to lie. It is crazy to me that a head cashier at Publix makes more than you guys do. I'm gonna let everybody let that sink in, because I know we got closed captions that pop up on here
from time to time.
And I know it's gonna pop up. A head cashier at Publix makes more than a teacher in the state of Florida. America.
Because we got our priorities straight.
Yes, sir. You know who doesn't have his priorities straight? John Cena.
Can I be honest about this? I talked about how it's like overload booking for Uso. It's weird booking for Cody and Logan Paul. There is no clear what path Cena's going down. It's like, okay, for a month you're gonna beef with this guy. For a month you're gonna beef with this guy, and then there is
he did tell us he was gonna ruin wrestling.
Hey, I'm all for it.
I think that's the only path that he's on.
But I know he said he was going to ruin wrestling, and I'm not mad at that. It might need that.
Hell nah, bro. It's a reset.
But I honestly believe that a little bit clearer of a direction on his storyline, like a long-term story. I know you're not trying to have Cena blocked up for six months or 3 months in a storyline, but I mean, our next
he needs stories. Why? He needs a storyline, and you don't have to run a 6-month storyline. You don't even have to run a 6-week storyline. In my opinion, you can run from one PLE to the next. just writing off the seat of your pants.
That part.
And we know Cena's gonna turn the shit into gold, hopefully. But I will admit, man, this heel Cena feels a little forced. But I think he may be doing that purposely as well. Like, he may be going 110 miles an hour at this to give us everything at once, in a way. And then just kind of kick back. But I don't know, man. This tag team match, until Money in the Bank happens, and we know what the result is at the end, this still does not make sense to me. And maybe the match playing out and seeing the finale happen, maybe it'll make sense. It just, right now, it ain't happening for us. Now, one thing that does make sense is what's been going on at the Judgment Day lately. Boy, has this shit felt like a soap opera. I'm gonna let you take it from here, T.
As the Judgment Day turns, my only issue, I'm be real. This storyline, to me, is all over the place with just repeat what we just did. Like,
I was gonna say, I'm just gonna go on a limb and tell you, it feels like a Liv and Dom and Rhea storyline all over again. But I'm gonna let you continue, because with how I've thought about it, they gave a twist to it, and I'm thinking more Latino heat. But let me know what you go ahead with yours. Let's see how close we are.
So my problem with as the Judgment Day turns, because it's as the world turns, it's Guiding Light, it's what's the other one? What's the other soap opera? General Hospital? Man.
Somebody gonna fuck around and find out and end up at General Hospital.
No, hey, you ain't wrong. But like, in a sense, it's like, why? Like, I get it. Finn's supposed to be the bad guy, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. You're finna break up the group. That already is weird. You brought back Carlito, but Carlito hasn't done nothing but been an R-Truth in a sense. And then you also have where you had, I mean, JD was going for a little bit, so I know you had to hold off on it. But at the same time, you have Finn Balor just taking L's leading up to this, which is like, you're not going to have him win when this happens, especially when your guys are champions. Like, the other three are champions. You're not going to have them win. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're kind of, unless I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong, but I don't see that. And then Carlito wouldn't make the story make sense when that match goes to happen. So then you got two men and a woman versus two men and a woman versus two womans and Dom, which
I ain't gonna lie, that's how this whole story has me looking right now.
First off, I saw the way his face looked on Monday, and I was like, I need popcorn, because this man was just, I got him caught.
He's like,
and
man.
Here's the other thing, too. So they brought the chicken aspect back into it. I don't know if people paid attention. Dom hates chicken nuggets, but he loves chicken tenders.
Yep. And she brought him chicken nuggets.
Twice.
So, I dig introducing Roxanne to the main roster more this way.
Yeah, I do too.
Because you did not give me Roxanne and Bayley. I was really, really hoping for that at Mania or around that time. I was really, really hoping you were going to give me Roxanne and Bailey in some form, but you missed out on it. So you're going to give me Roxanne and what? Liv? I could see Roxanne and Raquel if we're going to go that way.
Because didn't they run it in NXT?
I'm not 100% if they were ever a thing,
Okay.
but I look at it in one little bit. When when Liv and Raquel were together before,
Mhm.
Liv turned on her for mommy. So Liv went and did her movie. Roxanne was around. Roxanne tried to help out. Roxanne's done, in my opinion, more for the entire Judgment Day than Liv has. Because when Liv entered the Judgment Day, she was the women's champion because the fact that Dom helped her.
Oh, yeah.
So really, it was Dom just brought his new thing in to the Judgment Day without the Judgment Day's approval, which followed with Raquel. Raquel wasn't approved. Think of how the shit was Think of how the shit was running when Mommy and Damien were still with it. You could not be in the Judgment Day. You had to earn it.
Oh, yeah.
Look at JD McDonough, bro. He was a tag around, a hang around, and a lookalike for.
And they kept throwing that man in all the matches.
Bro, they were throwing that motherfucker to the wolves in the fire off a cliff in a volcano, and bro, that motherfucker came out swinging. And yo, he may have gone down a couple times. Yo, yeah, he may have gone down a couple times. But that man had heart.
River with all them cars. Oops, my bad.
Yeah, bro, that man's got a heart the size of his motherfucking forehead.
That's a cranium.
Oof. That forehead should be on OnlyFans. But here's my thing, though. Like, bro, we even bring up Carlito, a WWE legend of some sort. Because I'm still perplexed how we consider Carlito a legend.
Well, this is my honest question about it, and it kind of ties back into what I was saying with the Cena thing. You have Carlito not doing nothing, but if you're running back all these old feuds with everybody, you don't mean to tell me one time with Carlito? I mean, he did stab that man in a club.
Nah, man.
He stabbed
If you
Cena
do
in
not
the
give me
club.
Carlito and John Cena at some point this year, it is a fail.
It's a fail.
Now, hear me out on this one. Give me Jacob and Cena one time.
That's all
But,
gas, no brakes. You got what I mean?
Whose son is it? Whose son is Jacob?
I know. Oh my God.
Yes, sir. Tell me that wouldn't be a fun little run back for a minute.
Oh, that would be beautiful. Chef kiss.
Like I'm even double checking to make sure that it is. But yep, it is. But that's the thing, man. Run it back one time for us.
I don't
For
even think it needs
for
to
the
be
love
a
of
feud.
Umaga.
I don't even think it needs to be a feud. Just one-on-one.
Not
Cena
even
versus
one,
Jacob.
bro. Let it be something crazy like John Cena challenging Jacob Fatu for the U.S. title.
Right.
Something crazy like that. But same thing, man. Let me get Carlito challenging John Cena for the WWE title one time. And the way you let Cody have that throwback belt, can Cena have the spinner title?
My question is, let it be a ladder match. and put all three up there, the current and the two old. Whoever wins, you're the ultimate final champion.
Ooh. So how do you see this soap opera of the Judgment Day ending? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna go out on a limb.
Okay.
I think Roxanne might be bad news for it all. Roxanne and Finn Balor could be the ones riding off into the sunset. Not as a couple, not as a power couple. I don't think Finn goes that route, but I think Finn, JD, and Roxanne are your way away, are your implosion of Judgment Day. Leaves Liv and Raquel separated. Because hell, man, you don't even get it. Like I threw out the possibility of a Roxanne and Raquel. But hell, man, you get rid of that.
So,
or maybe Roxanne does, or maybe Raquel does. But what's up?
I see. Just because of you could tell a little bit more story. Because I'm not gonna lie, this particular soap opera, I feel like you can spin it and have it flow until SummerSlam, but anything after that, I don't want it no more. So you have,
I think anything after that would be kind of overkill.
But hear me out. The reason I also brought up SummerSlam was, what was the other SummerSlam known for? Just recently, the implosion of the Judgment Day. Let it be, the summer is ruined completely for the name Judgment Day. Like,
yo, and it's crazy because the Judgment Day began originally at SummerSlam,
and then you blow it up completely,
and you implode it. What would it be? 6 years later? 5 years later?
I believe 5.
But you imploded a couple years. You imploded about 5 years later.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what, bro? I wouldn't be mad about that.
And I'm gonna be completely honest. I would not care which side won because I know y'all all work closely together. Y'all travel together. Yeah. That means it's gonna be a banger of a match. But knowing how it's gonna get booked, it's gonna be in the middle of the show.
Okay, but see, here's the thing, though. You kill off that story. You kill off the Judgment Day.
We got 2 nights of SummerSlam.
Yeah, so you let the implosion happen
Saturday night.
Yeah, you let it happen night 1, but I would I'd dig it if it was a main event or a co-main event.
I put it like this because I'm pretty sure you're gonna want Cena to close out night 2 because that's your world title.
Hey, so if Cena closes out. If Cena closes out SummerSlam night 2, and he goes back to being a babyface, can I offer Cardi B as a sacrifice for taking an AA? That'd be the biggest face turn ever, dude.
Hear me out. I most definitely would like somebody to attack that annoying, because I promise if it comes across on my screen one more time, hey, wrestling fans, I'm gonna be the host of WWE SummerSlam. I can't no more. I can't. At least the Metro Boomin commercial was 10 times better.
Yeah, why do I have this weird inkling that Sexy Red and Cardi B are gonna have a match at SummerSlam now?
I'm not gonna lie, if that happens, I will pull a Kevin. I will come back to wrestling right around Christmas time.
No, I'll skip. I'll tell you right now, I'll happily skip watching that match.
I think that match would be, I can go to the restroom, I got time to order food, I got time to be an adult.
Yeah, like that would be I need to get away from it. So,
like, I'm okay if somebody got 30 seconds of highlights for that, because I feel like that match shouldn't even go 60 seconds. I feel like it should be an impromptu. Somebody try to do one move and they got a Shane McMahon at WrestleMania situation. I'm sorry.
That'd be fun. That would be fun.
Be like, oh, rapper Cardi B just Tore quad. Oh man, that's
Damn, that sucks.
Now, can we get back to our scheduled programming? I hope for speedy recovery. I really do. But can we get back to our scheduled programming?
I hope both teams had fun.
You're not wrong. But no. For this match, I think it ends at SummerSlam, the final implosion at SummerSlam, and then at the same time, I don't care what side wins because it's going to be a banger of a match that literally I think I'll end up standing up for.
Yeah, that is one that I can't wait, and I really hope it does go the way we're thinking.
Oh, hands down.
Like it just feels like that's how it needs to go. Now, getting all that, man. Like talking about Saturday Night Main Event. One thing I will say, and I posted it up, Battleground was so much better
You're not wrong.
than Saturday Night Main Event, man.
You're not wrong.
That shit was a banger. Now, some things popped up this week with Booker T. As always, man always acting a fool. Except this time they talked to his wife, Charmel.
Okay. We talked to Queen Charmel.
And let's see how this went.
I want to get your thoughts on your husband, Booker T. We were just talking right now about his NXT commentary and all he does there.
Luckily, I'm used to it because you never know what is going to come out of my husband's mouth. But hey, it's pure entertainment and it's all for you guys, all for the fans. So I love it.
What are we talking about? But why is Booker acting a fool?
I believe it's character play, if I'm being honest. We don't have what I consider a safe Jerry the King Lawler no more.
Nah.
He would get wrestling canceled in a heartbeat. I feel like this can give it that same aspect without getting us canceled.
Now, when you talk about that, are we talking? Well, Booker's not objectifying the women.
That part.
That's what Lawler really killed. Now, what we're talking about is when moves happen and Booker gets into the moment. For moments like that.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. If people who tell their kids, hey, you can't watch wrestling, and they're like, oh, nothing bad happens in wrestling, and a parent saw that.
Nothing bad happens in wrestling.
Nothing bad happens in wrestling.
I mean, some people would give to be in that position. Yo, but that match was an absolute banger, though. The ending was a banger.
I love that match.
Man, that ending was
like my second favorite match of the night.
So I kind of expected that to be the main event. I didn't think the TNA World Title was gonna be on the line in the main event, but that was really cool that they showcased it that way. This wasn't even the co-main event, as that went to Oba and Miles Bourne.
Oh yeah,
This right here should have taken that. I want to say that should have taken that spot.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I think Oba and Miles should have kicked it off because that match was good.
To me, if I had to rate the 2 days,
or maybe this should have kicked it off.
Saturday main event, I would say 3 stars.
Saturday, yeah, I went.
Battleground,
I
I'm
put my
giving it-
ratings up on our page, and yeah, Saturday I gave it a 3.
and then Sunday's Battleground, I'm not gonna lie, that was easily a 4. Could have been a 5 with match placement done a little different in my opinion.
Yeah.
But watching
It
it
could.
at home,
It needed. As somebody who was in the audience, it needed a little bit of like it was a great atmosphere. Like I don't want to take away from it. Like that NXT crowd was alive. The from start to finish, man, like it felt like a really great PLE. The thing that got me was that 6-man. That 6-man, like that could have easily been done on NXT, and you could have brought in that Ricky Starks and Ethan Page match because that was a good ratings draw for NXT on CW. Like you could have easily done that on Saturday or on Sunday and kind of just led into the next week going, hey, this is how you're going to be doing this. Like it felt like they are almost trying to copy having Trick Williams as the TNA champion now, and it felt weird. I mean, but the same thing with Stephanie Valkyrie. Like before we get into it, I just want to give shout out to how the end of this match went. And if you missed it,
beautiful.
Check it out. Like, bro, that was a banger.
Oh, that match was hands down beautiful. Also, real quick, shout out to the Bay. The Bay was loud. The Bay gave energy. Can we get more shows?
Yeah, like for real.
But the ending of that match was beautiful. All that did was kind of let me know certain people had to do a little bit of NXT to, get their feet wet. And now I feel like some call-ups are going to happen. I'm still, I feel like we're still waiting on a draft to happen. But, yeah.
Yo. So, shout out to the Bay and shout out to Lost Lands right now for playing Scavenger Hunt. I just want to put this out there. Company, I get a Void set. So down looks dog. Jensen, my bad. Drink your water. I get a Volpitron set. My boy Wooly gonna be there. Gengar. Maybe Elenium. Chasing fucking status. They changed their name from Chasing status. They upgraded to fucking status. Hell yeah. Ahi. Easy Baked. Nero. Rez. Enzo and LS Dream looks dog. I can't wait for that. And Infect. Whew. Bruh. I ain't gonna lie.
That got me excited.
I can't wait. Is September here yet? I knew that, dude. I knew something was up because the wife's over here just like looking at me, and I'm not in trouble.
Oh.
So I knew because our Snack Chat group chat was going off that they had kind of started to release some shit. And I'm glad other people are good at the scavenger hunt because I suck at it.
I get that.
Now, back to
Real
the
quick,
regular
before
schedule,
we
huh?
keep going, shout out to your GOAT TV.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so you need a way to watch your NBA finals, your Stanley Cup finals, any NASCAR. Hey, it's golf season, it's tennis season if you like those sports. I mean, may the odds be in your favor. Baseball, or hey, all the wrestling PLEs that are coming up, you need GOAT TV.
Yes, sir. And for that, you can hit up our boy Matt Grisham. And for $25 a month, it gets you hooked up. You get over 9,000 channels, over 5,000 movies. And just think about this: Netflix, Hulu, Max, all of Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, all of those streaming apps. You get without needing to get all the separate logins and separate passwords and paying separate bills. Man, it's one motherfucking bill under one roof.
Listen, remember, most of y'all know, not the new generation, and this is no discredit to the generation. Most of y'all know what it used to be like to have all the cable channels on your cable box before they started messing up the packages and was like, oh yeah, for $200 you can get basic cable. Before they did that, you can get what it was like back in the day with more channels. Like you had the Dish Network in your hand again.
Man. And also, shout out to my boy over at Full Moon Radiance. Damn, I had a brain fart for a moment, dude. Like, I have it in front of me and everything, and I'm like, what's the name of it? But man, shout out to my boy over at Full Moon Radiance, man. You want your shit? You want your hair to glow? Hit them up, man. They got a whole bunch of different colors. It's easy to install. I have mine crocheted into my locks. My wife does hers every so often, and hers, she just braids right in like a normal braid. We just hit them up. They got different things that you can install with, no matter the length of your hair, come to find out. Like, I thought it was just for people with long hair. Nah, man. They can set you up with a whole skull cap customized. All you gotta do is just let them know what you guys want. But
they Johnny Depp type.
Like that, bro.
Purple.
Yeah, like they're working on some things, man, and I'm excited for them to be able to start putting everything out there for everybody. Because right now, like they got the just regular extensions, like I have in. You can get those in, I believe it's 9 different colors, and they glow. I mean, bro, I've had mine in for months, and all I gotta do is every so often.
Sometimes I forget. Wait, those are his Full Moon Radiance.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have asked me. They're like, "Is that your real hair?" I'm like, "Well, the colored shit isn't, but the other stuff is." And I just let them know. And the cool thing about this hair is they'll send you a little LED flashlight to help recharge it. So shout out to Full Moon Radiance. Also, shout out to the crazy smiley face at Dubby.
Hey, you want energy with no crash? You want the brain to actually be braining and working? Get you some Dubby energy.
It comes in so many different flavors.
It's delicious, I promise.
And they just released s'mores. Yeah. So if you're a s'mores fan, go hit them up, man. It's non-GMO. There's no crash. There's no jitters.
It makes me reconsider buying Red Bull. Put it that way. And I should own stock in Red Bull.
Yeah, I feel you. You know what I feel like we own stock in, though?
JTV Wrestling.
JTV Wrestling.
Now, don't be surprised if your boys make an appearance.
Oh, it's coming.
randomly.
It's coming.
Randomly.
We I've been in talks with them. We got some stuff in the works, and man, we got some stuff in the works too for the heel turn wrestling. So don't. I hope everybody understands. We ain't stopped on that. We just been pulling some stuff together.
You know. We took a little break. We got free time now.
Yes,
In a
sir.
sense, well, kinda. Well, we're gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. But we kind of got
Yeah.
free time now.
We do. Now, you know who else has some free time? Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Reported sorry he's expected to take some time off TV. Now, I believe when he returns, it needs to be a beeline for that world title, and he needs to capture it for longer than 5 minutes and 46 seconds. Because this man has done some work for years. And I feel it's earned, man. He's been working hurt for who knows how long. And, you know, I think it's time that he gets the time off. Now, there's a lot of people that think that, hey, he's gone, it's going to ruin the momentum. I disagree. So, my question to you, Trevor, is how you feeling on this?
It depends on when he comes back and where we are placed at a certain point in time. I would say if we are in that weird period where it's September, October, in between pay-per-views and waiting on realistically the last big four of the year, which is my favorite pay-per-view, SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Survivor Series, not SummerSlam. I believe that would be a good chance, but I would like him to run it one time with Cena if we're going to talk about a return. Okay, I put it this way. World Heavyweight title, if it's in the fall months. Here in Florida, we don't get fall. We get hot, hotter, a little cool, and then raining hot for winter. So yeah. But if he's coming back like towards the end of the year,
Okay.
I mean, Cena's last match is in Boston. How else do you upset Boston fans? Oh, that's right. Let somebody that's not American win something. Hey. I'm just saying. And then he'd do it in front of fans. And at that point in time, you know, I think it would be deserving in a sense.
I think it would be.
But I feel like if he comes back for the World Heavyweight title picture, and if I'm going to say it, and if at that point Seth Rollins is champion, we're just rewriting history again.
Okay. And that
But what I was thinking, if I'm being honest,
okay.
in a sense, in my opinion, you're missing a real fourth guy in the Seth Rollins group. He would, to me, be a great fourth guy.
And who would that be?
Drew McIntyre being the fourth guy of what? First off,
Ooh.
they need a name. We don't have a name for them. They need a name.
Yeah, that's my little thing, man.
Evolution
I don't.
2.0, Four Horsemen 2.0 something.
No, we can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't call it that.
Evolution 2.0 or 3.0 because, you know, the 2.0 is without Ric Flair. But, you know, something. We're not calling y'all Shield. We're not calling y'all Shield 2.0. That's a negative.
I don't think they should be called that either.
But I like the idea. I think it just depends on placement and exactly where we are in the calendar, if I'm just being honest. But I like it. Where are we at on the calendar and who's our current champions? I feel like Cena's our champion until at least he leaves in December. He said he's going to ruin wrestling, I believe.
So I think McIntyre, when he comes back, does get the title.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I could see at the end of the year Cena possibly holding both of the titles. Now, for me, when you talk about John Cena ruining wrestling, what better way to do it, in my opinion, than to give him both titles, let him retire at the end of the year, and you do a hard reset. Because, and I'm going to get into detail, but this is going to coincide with this final topic with us.
Okay.
And it's WWE running some diluted storylines recently. We kind of just talked about it with this world title scene being the same guys. Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns. And that's kind of it.
Team.
Well, yeah, you could put Cody in there. You could, but it's you got the same 6 guys? You had Cena in there?
Like, okay, hear me out. Wasn't the whole point of holding a mid-card title was to take the next step to say, hey, I can be the fighting everyday champion to show I could be a world champion? Wasn't that the whole point of the IC and the United States title?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
To my knowledge, now it's the only person that kind of made it feel that way is Gunther. And even now, it's like, dang, Gunther without the IC title is like, so what are we doing? Now, to talk about this diluted storyline things, it coincides with the way scheduling is done. We have 10 PLEs almost back to back. Like it's a fucking Drake song. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad there's a lot of wrestling on, but I feel like, okay, don't air this storyline yet on this PLE. Don't do this on that. And I'm like, I get it's a soap opera, but we've been 18 months and counting, waiting on Austin Theory and Grayson Waller to break up. And you mean to tell me I got to wait till a Big Four where you got enough time to air all these storylines at one time? I mean, hell, you're only giving me 4 matches on a lackluster Saturday night main event. Like, I get it.
Yeah, we could have. I wish we had more.
Like, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, And then this is my other thing. You're doing 10 PLEs back to back. And then you're also trying to bundle things into these multiple nights. So that way, like, okay, you're going to do Worlds Collide. You're going to do Money in the Bank. And then I'm pretty sure you're going to do Raw all 3 nights in LA.
Yeah.
And it goes back to kind of what we kind of tagged about last week. It's like, you don't give a fuck about our pockets at all.
At all.
It's like, I feel like you're diluting and throwing all these shows at us so that, like, yeah, money. Okay, Mr. Krabs. And at what point do you be like, hey, we just got celebrities sitting everywhere. When do we get actual fans back? Because everybody talk about the crowd being dead. It's because of all these.
Yeah, it's because we have all these damn things, all these people,
all these celebrities. It's a little like, wow.
I don't know, man. Like, when it comes to that,
I like it. I like certain if they're wrestling fans, I have no issue being there. But it's kind of like, hey, you took, and I know your missus likes football, but I'm saying it's like if you took your missus to a sporting event, wrestling, basketball, football, hockey, baseball, whatever your sport is, and she's just sitting there and she's like,
yeah. And it's crazy, man, because there's a lot of times recently that I've been watching it and I'm just kind of sitting there doing the same thing like this.
Like, anytime, like, okay, my biggest one is on Raw. You have all these people, and I'm like, I'd never watch that Netflix show. that's on Netflix. Wait, they're on like you're just pulling people, and it's like half of us don't even know who the freak they are. And on top of that, are they even wrestling fans, or are you just trying to make Netflix happy to promote their show?
It really does just feel like it's to make them happy.
Like, don't get me wrong, I still like that we're on Netflix. It adds a different dynamic. I don't feel like every week we need to. I mean, hell, even last week on SmackDown, don't get me wrong, I like the comedian, but he was just on Monday, and he has a comedy special, but
Yeah.
he's sitting there with. I take it, I get it. He's an actual wrestling fan, but the man was in. He was in the Bay, but wearing Knicks gear. Like, you didn't even have, and you had Waka Flocka, who's from like, you didn't have nobody Tampa based in a Tampa show.
Yeah, there was nobody.
And I feel like, okay, so if you're gonna waste my time for like a 2-3 minute segment on somebody who 90% of the time is not a wrestling fan or haven't watched wrestling since the 90s, why are they on my television? That's 2-3 minutes of somebody in catering can cut a vignette, cut a promo. I feel like that's what Karrion Kross was getting at.
Well, let's kind of talk about that too, because before we came on, we were talking about that Karrion Kross video that you just released, and it is in response to Logan Paul feeling salty because Karrion is right, man. Logan is only in that spot because the brand. There's no really any other reason. And again, Karrion brought up a couple points. One of them being that Logan came in at a good time. He came in at a time that wrestlers were finally able to have a personal brand of themselves without any repercussion. And I'm not talking about streaming on Twitch or having an OnlyFans account. I'm talking about wrestlers are allowed to promote themselves, like Xavier Woods doing the up, up, down, down, circle, circle, dot, dot. Chelsea Green doing hers, Cody doing his podcasting. There's avenues now. They're allowed to have social media. They're allowed to post videos. They're attempting to, in a way, keep the kayfabe alive by cutting videos against one another as well. So, okay.
Logan Paul being salty about that stems back to the whole why Kevin Nash was salty.
Yeah.
So, if you're going to say what you said with the whole Kevin Nash situation, you have no reason to be upset when somebody's basically voicing their opinion too, but they're just an active wrestler, not a retired wrestler now. So, like, and the sad part was he didn't even call you out directly. He said social media influencers.
He was just saying it's crazy that
we had Speed in the Royal Rumble. We had Kai Cenat running around all over the arenas. Like, you can't be mad.
Well, and
it's not.
I get where Karrion's at with it though, because you got a guy like Logan, and I'm not. I said it earlier. I'll say it again. Logan's athletic. I'll give him his flowers.
Yes.
He's not necessarily a joke per se, but he's not world title material. He's not your top guy. He hasn't even put in the work to be the top guy the way guys like, hey, laugh about it, but Jey Uso. I mean, I'll even argue Cody Rhodes really hasn't done the work. He came in from a competitor.
Yeah.
That he helped start. And they said, hey man, we'll do this for you. But I think doing it for a year, I think you're not going to see that title back on Cody for a minute.
Oh no.
But you don't need to. You don't need to be putting it on guys like Logan Paul or John Cena. I said it earlier, man. Give it the truth, or hell, give it to the guy we're talking about, man. Karrion Kross. You want to have a clear explanation and a clear solution to your diluted storylines right now? Push Karrion Kross.
Like, and the man it's not that he don't have fans. It's first off, and I know this kind of deviates from this in a sense, but you have it where Karrion Kross had the final testament, and it was like you didn't give him enough time to like. I mean, you gave them time, but to me, you didn't give them enough time, as in screen time, valid storylines, actually storylines that kind of made sense. Like you just kind of
you threw him into a storyline with Bobby Lashley and his group right before their exit, which I mean was fun, but you did a little bit with the Wyatt Six. That was cool. My thing is, there needs to be.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually like AOP.
I liked AOP, man.
We
Like,
need that kind of tag team.
so
A
funny
fellow
thing
tag
is,
team.
speaking of AOP, when Bronson Reed returned at Saturday Night Main Event, my dumbass thought it was one of the members from AOP.
Akuma Razor.
Boy, did Bronson Reed look 230 pounds in all black.
Mhm.
That motherfucker did not look like he was about to, swallow half the arena.
No,
Oh, no.
that was a wicked. That match did what I thought that match was going to do. Granted,
Yeah.
I can admit that I thought either Sammy was going to turn or some shit was going to happen. Like
I expected Sammy to turn or Roman to come back.
right. That's where I was going with it.
Yeah.
The fact
I didn't
that
expect Bronson. I kind of thought that was dumb in the beginning, but thinking about it, Seth will forgive his. There ain't no enemy bigger than CM Punk or Roman Reigns in Seth Rollins' eyes. 6 tsunamis, broke my ribs, cracked my sternum. Hey man, it's cool. I stomped your head into some steps, or into the elimination chamber. That's all right, man. Forgive and forget. Yeah, water under the bridge. We forgive and forget. You don't like Roman? You don't like CM Punk? Hey,
Now hear me out.
a friend is a friend.
I get having the mystery behind it. I would like a little bit more clarity on what is his vision. I get it. It's him with the title, but what is the actual vision?
I wish we could get more of a Monday Night Messiah again.
That's where I was going to with is this vision of him being the Monday Night Messiah, but doing it with more heavy artillery. Because I mean, and at the same time,
Doing it with Buddy Matthews worked, but you needed
Then it got
another
weird.
person.
and then it got weird with the Mysterios.
Yeah, like you needed more. And I mean, I get it, pandemic era, all that shit, like it, wrong place, wrong time, and you guys were probably just running with stories y'all had written for the last year. I hope we're going to the Monday Night Messiah.
That's
I hope we are.
I wouldn't be mad.
It wouldn't be a diluted storyline. It'd be, hey, we realized that this was we wanted to see if this story worked now that we have a crowd. Because we did try it without the crowd.
Yeah.
And we got this reaction. But it was enough that we felt taking a risk right now might work.
All right.
Or
Now, it's like
maybe
perfect
the rumors are true. Maybe Vince McMahon's buying back the WWE. Who said that? It's a
Oh, well. Hey,
possibility.
didn't Laurinaitis just snitch on everybody?
Ah, there's a rat in the room.
Didn't the Bella twins or the Garcia twins stepdaddy snitch on everybody?
Ooh,
I'm just saying.
how the tables have turned.
Hey,
I don't know, man. Like that's gonna be interesting. I think that's something we look into and maybe we talk about next week.
I'm down for it. I'm down for it.
But I think we covered quite a bit, man. It just seems to be right now the topic is wrestling's good still, but I feel like they might be on autopilot a little bit.
Just
Autopilot with the fact of they know that they're gonna get this money from over here and over here, whether we tune in or not.
Also, the amount of I ain't even gonna say backstage, the amount of corporate beef that is happening between Johnson slinging his Johnson and Levesque slinging his Johnson, like it is.
Yes, sir.
It's a little. How do y'all? I get it. Y'all are trying to quote unquote be cordial to one another, but in the same sense, we already know it. We get it.
I'm just saying.
When this man took the position and brought his own creative team, that said it all right there.
Hey, and another person I want to give a shout out to, our boy Ron Cena. Bro, when I seen that shirt, we knew we had to get him. And the fact that he came out, the John Cena's music, did his whole little get, man, that shit was awesome.
Listen.
Our truth for president.
I saw that shirt. It's sitting in my cart. It is sitting in my cart.
Yeah, and real quick, man, fuck you WWE for thinking that everybody's made of money. I remember going to shows. Shit, dude, I was 10, 11, 12, and I get it, man. It was like 20 years ago. But I remember when t-shirts were like $25.
Bro, my t-shirt that I got that says OG Bloodline with Yeet on the back was almost $50.
Yeah.
For a t-shirt.
Bro, the white Yeet shirt that I got when we went that night was like $40, bro. My All Ego shirt was $40. This Ron Cena shirt behind me was $40. This NXT Battleground t-shirt was $35.
Between wrestling, apparel, gear, and accessories, and between video games, appeal, accessories, and video games, on top of not making no money, how the hell am I? I'm not gonna enjoy.
It's recession, bro.
Is it a recession?
I don't know. Wage-wise, it feels that way.
Oh, yeah. Ready for that?
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for Jacob to turn.
I love
because everything I'm hearing is Tama Tonga is not going to be a part of the story when he comes back. Neither is Tonga Loa. Everything I'm hearing is pointing to the Finn Balor faction coming up. So I think they're going to finally pull the trigger on a Bullet Club. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so because I'm hoping that will follow up with a more of an opening to the Forbidden Door.
Just because right now I think right now, with the TNA collabo and the purchase of AAA, I feel like we unlocked the door and we cracked it to see what the weather's like outside.
And now I think if they can do some work with New Japan and I get it, man, you know, they ain't gonna do work with AEW for a minute, and that's understandable. But maybe if they do work with, you know, New Japan and the other, you know, the CMLL, and do it without attempting to engulf or becoming a monopoly. If they can take this and make it more of a sponsor, or not a sponsorship, a partnership between all parties, to where, hey, yeah, you
Send
can
me
come to Raw, you come hang out, and you know, you come do a match on Raw. We'll put the New Japan title up, or we'll put the Stronggate title up.
I put it like this: you have an opportunity to do a Forbidden Door, in a sense, and basically have it where, okay, y'all compete on some shows, but then like you can like culminate the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. You already took what,
Shit, bro.
19
I wouldn't even
hours
be
on
upset.
WrestleMania.
I wouldn't even be
Okay.
mad if you
Take
advertised a
24 hours for WrestleMania to do the Forbidden Door at the grandest stage of them all. Like,
well, I
you
was
get
gonna
what I'm
say,
saying?
even if not that, just hypothetically, what if you said, "Hey, man, July 4th." No, that's a SmackDown. Well, okay, the July 4th episode of Raw technically is like June 30th, June 29th or 30th.
Okay.
So on that episode, you're going to have, and I'm just throwing names out there. I don't know if they work together still or not, but you're gonna have the New Japan World Title up for grabs. But challenging for it will be Shinsuke Nakamura, and their champion, I don't know, bro, Shibata.
I mean, I
I
wouldn't
don't
be
know.
mad if it's
I
a
don't know if
triple
he's
threat
still
and you
over. I
throw
don't know if he's
AJ
over
Styles.
there. If he's in AEW right now, but I'm just gonna say Shibata.
Like, I wouldn't be mad if it's a triple threat and you throw AJ Styles in that match too.
And yeah, fuck, bro, make it a fatal 4-way and put Finn in that motherfucker. All 4 guys that have worked in New Japan at one point in their career all have a very, very legitimate and decent following still in Japan. I'd be for it.
Me too.
And you know what, bro? I could care less if you wanted to book the New Japan guy to win that night. I would not give a shit.
Because why?
In my
It's
my
gonna
eyes,
be
you're getting
almost
eyes on that
five-star match.
promotion. In my eyes, you're getting eyes on that promotion
Yeah.
via your streaming platform on Netflix, which I can go back and watch that episode at any time now.
And then that takes your views up. That takes their views up. And guess
Yeah.
what? Y'all all are in the money game.
Well,
Oh, look, the
and
business hat is on.
what if that part of the episode is the most viewed? What happens then?
Oh, it would be.
That's
Logan
what I'm
Paul
saying
who?
though.
Logan
Then
Paul
you would
who?
have no choice but to build on that partnership. Because yeah, dude, it was cool seeing Trick Williams walk out with the TNA title, knowing he's an NXT superstar. Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler, he's not happy about it, and I guess I understand, but I look at it this way: Trick was the better guy that night. It doesn't kill the promotion; it gives eyes on that promotion as well.
Especially with somebody of like, okay, I know I'm saying it and it's still kind of early in his career, but somebody of Trick status who is literally, I'm not gonna lie, is one of the 3 faces that is carrying the NXT brand.
Yeah.
Granted, yes, there's other faces there, but let's be real. He is one of the last of this young core that came in. He's one of the last ones.
I mean,
still
hell, bro. You could even bring it up. You could even say Obafemi if we wanted to go that route. Like it.
the man
I
that
just
never
look at
lost
it
the
as
title.
I'm looking at it as right now you got an NXT guy holding the TNA World Title. If I'm a TNA guy, I want to get that title back to my brand,
by any
obviously.
means necessary.
But for TNA, as long as it's being defended on NXT, that's eyes.
Because guess what I'm gonna do?
And
Okay,
hell,
I watched Tuesday NXT. Now
well,
it's time to
and I
find
was gonna
TNA.
say, hell, bro, what if Trick Williams turns around and defends that title on another NXT pay per view? What if
He
shit,
comes
man?
to
What
one
if
of y'all's pay-per-views.
what if AJ Styles, who's on the main roster, says, "Hey, man, I am the lifeblood of TNA, and you should not have that title. If anybody should have it, it's me."
Mad at that feud. I would
So you get that. Hell, bro, what if you get Penta going for it, Ray Phoenix going for it?
Hey.
Like you get, to me, that we're slowly opening that forbidden door with this. I think there's the way into it, but there's also things that could go wrong.
I get that.
I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to, put that in atmosphere for them. I'm hoping for the best. Now I'm hoping down the line this does get us where we want to be with the full forbidden door.
I get that. I feel like it's slowly brewing. I don't think I go with what you said. I don't think we need to monopolize it, but
Yeah,
I like where it's going. Partnership it.
agreed. So with that all being said, I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. Do you have anything else you want to bring up?
Shout out to everybody that be watching us. We love you.
Yeah.
I am glad to know we both shared stories today about how we personally know somebody that's been hey, thank you.
I just want to say we personally have met people. Well, we personally have found out from a couple people in our lives that without necessarily promoting, because I'll admit I could be doing a lot more to promote.
Same.
But that being said, just from the organic, work that we've been putting in, we're starting to cross people's eyes. And it feels good. It feels good to hear from obviously multiple people in a short period of time, especially a 24-hour period of time.
Hey.
Of, hey man, we've seen your stuff pop up. Hey man, I seen your podcast the other day. That was awesome. Because I've had people tell me this from time to time, like, I think I came across your thing the other day, but I wasn't sure. Well, did it have this? I can't remember. And then they, couldn't remember where it was at. But to have people come up and go, hey, I seen your thing going across the YouTube reel or the YouTube shorts. That was awesome. Or, hey, I was, you guys got put in as a suggested podcast for me because I've been following wrestling ones lately. Oh, well, no shit. That's dope.
Yo, if y'all ever decide you're brave enough, drop comments. Ask to be on the show. We would love to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, if you got
opinion,
I may not promote this and market it the way I should, but I'm always checking the numbers. I'm always checking comments. If you want to be on the show, you feel you got the guts to do it, just let us know. We do this. I will shoot you the link. Hell, we might even make a special episode for you.
Listen,
you want to come on and talk some shit and debate with us? Have at it.
Hey, I would like to get somebody's, we have Daniel on the show and we've had Kevin. I want to see some of y'all's opinion on camera.
Yeah.
And if you think you can out debate us on certain topics, I'm down for it.
Just saying.
But other than that, I ain't got nothing, man.
It sounds like we just put out an open challenge.
Summer break. It is listen, there's no stress on my shoulders. I already done turned off all my alarms. It is glorious.
Sorry, my bad.
Shout out to Robert Roode.
Yeah, I was gonna say shout out to Robert Roode. Well,
but yeah,
I was gonna say, well, until next week, man. Y'all be safe out there, have fun, and don't forget to get super kick motherfuckers, because everything's better with a heel turn.
Super kick, spine buster, sharpshooter. It don't matter. If they say something out of pocket, put them in the pocket.
Put them right back in that pocket.
Yeah.
Hey, Rock! Go fuck yourself!
You ain't got no backbone. I ain't got a trap phone. I got P's and M's and K's and O's. They're illegal, so I'm my eyes. I was just a middle finger. Turning from my beat to the bowl and the liquor. I think I'm a singer. Watch me in the car, I treat the tourists like a dimmer. You surprised, I'm a South boy, I'm South shit. This is this ain't all that fucking